Alright, so this is not your traditional Commander's Compendium episode. Typically I'll greet you and say, hello, hello, welcome to the latest episode of Commander's Compendium, yada, yada, yada. No, today we are looking at the latest Amonkhet spoiler cards. In fact, probably the first batch, really. We know some of the themes, and we know there's gods, but these cards are giving us an idea. Now, there's Oracle's Vault here, which, look, this card is really sweet, especially with proliferate type effects, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here for the Archfiend of Ifnir. A 5 mana, 3 colorless, 2 black, 5/4 flying. When you cycle or discard another card, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature your opponents control, cycling 2. Now, we knew that -1/-1 counters were a theme in this set, but we did not know about cycling, or at least I did not. Cycling is one of the sweetest mechanics of all time. Essentially, it just gives your deck so much more consistency, adds a lot of more value to your plays, as if you have an extra mana sitting around and maybe a spell that's not relevant, you can cycle it. Now, Archfiend of Ifnir, that's probably not the case. He's probably going to be relevant, when you hit that 5 mana. You want this card in play. But if you don't have 5 mana, if you're struggling with your mana, you can cycle him away. Not to mention any effects. Now, this is a Commander channel. We highlight Commander gameplay. So what did I have to do in celebration of the cycling? Well, let me show you. We've got ourselves a cycling deck, baby! So look, what we're doing here, we've got ourselves a Horde of Notions cycling deck, okay? This deck is really janky. So first of all, we're running all the, well, I say all of them. I don't have the white one. I probably should pick it up and put it in the deck, but whatever. So we have 4 of the cycling lands here, plus a loam. So that's a little value. We have Fluctuator, reduce your cycling cost by up to 2. We have a Vamp Tutor, Enlighten Tutor, and Fabricate to find Fluctuator. Of course, we have Soul Ring, Mana Crypt just to pay for those cycling costs, Burgeoning to drop our lands, Faithless Looting, Cathartic Reunion just to help us throw some stuff in the yard we don't want, and then a bunch of cycling creatures. I mean, it's the majority of our deck. We have some non-creature cycling spells that are pretty useful on their own, but most of our cards are creatures that cycle. So what's the goal of this deck? Well, we have things like Astral Slide to get us value with something like, Muldrifter. I mean, that's probably the main thing with Astral Slide. We can also exile tokens that our opponents have created. We have a lot of value in plays like, Living Death. Of course, we could Street Mob with that. Pandemonium and Warstorm Surge are great with Astral Slide and Living Death. You just drop everything in play. We have, a bunch of creatures that, once they come into play, Aura Shards or Fires of Yavimaya will get us a ton of value if we can hit that Living Death and bring them all into the battlefield. And then finally, our backup plan is kind of Horde of Notions with all these elementals. Goal of the deck is to dig until we can get to a Living Death type effect, bring our creatures out, and then just go for the kill. So yeah, if you guys want to take a screenshot of where we're at right now, we're going to go ahead and hop into a game and check out this sweet deck. Once again, this is a cycling deck in celebration of the Amonkhet spoilers, which I am pumped about. I am so excited for this set. So guys, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Here we go. Alright guys, we're hopping into the game here. Now, I did make a slight adjustment to the deck. I added in... we're going to have to mulligan this hand. I added in this Twilight's Call. I just wanted another Living Death type effect. I figured that would be good. Alright, this is a pretty good hand. This is going to allow us to start cycling. Alright, and this will let us get a land. I like it! So what are we playing against? We're playing against a little Mizzix of the Magnus. So... playing against a combo deck here, but little does he know. Little let me whisper this to you guys so he can't hear us. Little does he know that we're playing a combo deck too. And I'm sure he's gonna be a little jealous of our turn 1 mana crypt. Now life totals do start at 30 now, so this is probably a bad idea. Oh, I thought he was about to force spike us or something. I would have been very sad. But yeah, life totals start at 30 now on Magic Online when you're playing a 1v1 game. That really changes the dynamic of how games progress. So this mana crypt on turn 1 is... I mean, it's very possible that this card by itself could do 15 damage to me. So with his Mystical Tutor, he searched for a mana drain. Okay. I need to just play around that then. He can't counter most of my cards that I'll be playing. So I'll try to bait him probably with that mana drain. Yeah, he's holding up the mana drain. Mana now. Yeah, you're not going to get any good value off that, buddy. I probably want to get... I think I have more of the green dual lands. Yeah. I don't have a steam fence, otherwise I'd mountain cycle here. Got a growing collection here online. Let's get a trop. I need to kind of reduce the amount of damage we're going to be taking. And we're going to choose Tails because Tails never fails. Yep, see? I won the flip. Tails never fails. I told you guys. I tried to tell you guys. I'm not going to play this Soul Ring simply because, you know, he's holding a mana drain up. There's really no reason to drop it either. I'm going to be able to cycle the same amount of cards this turn. If he wants to just sit there and hold up a mana drain and do nothing while I cycle, that is a-okay with me. I'm sure he's wondering, hey, what is this guy doing with a Valley Ran and a Mana Crypt in the same deck and a Tropical Island? And my answer is, I don't know what I'm doing. I really have no clue. So let's cycle that. Let's cycle this Slipstream Ill. Good old Fish Beast. Pretty ugly creature there. Alright. Tails never fails. Yep, I told you guys. Why don't you guys believe me? Alright, now I think I will actually try to drop the Soul Ring. Kind of make him think, hey, I don't have anything here. I need this Soul Ring. Which in truth I don't. I do not need a Soul Ring. He might not take the bait. Looks like he is though. And that is a-okay with me. We'll just drop a Temple Garden. Now fortunately, when he drops Mizzix, I can cycle Decree of Pain. And Decree of Pain cycling cost, unless he has like a Disallow or a Stifle or something along those lines, he will not be able to counter this Decree of Pain. Which is pretty sweet. Now I'm kind of wishing I got a, since we drew this Misty, I kind of wish I got a Mountain. Here comes Mizzix. You are going to die, my friend. Believe me, I will not let this card live. I think we know all too well. Oh, I lost the flip. Well, Tails sometimes fails. So I think we all know too well what a unrestrained Mizzix can do. So let's fetch up a... fetch up a Watery Grave and just take the damage. Well, I'm an idiot. Let's not fetch up anything and just pass. So it's kind of looking like I might have too many lands in the deck. I was afraid this might be a possibility. Okay. so there's a lantern. So our opponent isn't doing a ton. I will kill this Mizzix on my turn. You know, I say our opponent isn't doing a ton, but well, neither are we. Let's use tells. Dang, it's getting us. It's getting us, boys. All right. Yeah, I will cycle this now and grab a swamp. We will just grab good old Blood Crypt, and this time we will play it untapped. And I think I should probably do this in step, honestly. Make him use whatever he's got now. Draw a card. Okay. So right now we have 4 creatures in the yard, and we have a Fires of Yavimaya in the hand that we can cast. Our opponent, if they play a land, they can play Mizzix, and they did not have a land. Let's use Tails. Oh, heads again. Wow, this Mana Crypt now has done a lot of damage to us. We're a little off from Maelstrom Wander. We'll be able to do it next turn. But I do want to get this Fires of Yavimaya out. Maybe try to bait a counterspell, which I'm sure he's holding a bunch of in his hand. Fortunately, next turn he can counter the Wander, but he can't counter the Cascade triggers. So, you know, we might get some juicy stuff off of Wander. And it's funny, a lot of these cycling creatures are pretty derpy. Like, you know, a 5/3 zombie mutant. You know, for 6 mana it's not great, but if you're getting it for free out of Maelstrom Wander, I mean, why not? I wonder if he sees what we're doing yet. I mean, he's got to, right? This is very close to the Living Death deck that's in Modern. Which makes me think maybe we should run a Living Death package here. So I'm going to choose heads this time. Yeah, we won the flip. This is a smart choice. I'm really good at this game. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should. Maybe we should run a Living Death package. Alright, let's just run out Maelstrom Wander here. I don't know what mana I need to have untapped, so I'm just going to tap, leave up the... that is not tapping the mana right. We need some red mana. Here comes Maelstrom Wander. And even if he does counter Wander, we can go Horde of Notions next turn. Yes, we will play Warstorm Surge. Yes, please. Okay. Let's do... That's actually a decent amount of damage. So we're not really winning the style we wanted to, but if he can't deal with this, man, this is a lot of damage. So he's down to 6 right now. And next turn we can actually play, if we draw like a red source, we can go Pandemonium into Horde Notions. I'm surprised he didn't have a counterspell. I guess me killing that Mizzix was really good. Maybe he has like a Blasphemous Act or something. But even so, we have Warstorm Surge in our commander, so we can't take him out next turn. Wow, this deck is a lot of fun. Part the Water Veil. Okay. Is he just going to take infinite turns? That would be saddening. course, he could just be digging for an answer. Try to combo off on us. Yeah, this deck is a lot of fun, guys. I'm really excited for the Amonkhet set in general. I like the theme, the Egyptian theme. I like the art that they've displayed so far. And like I said, cycling is just I love to draft, and it's just one of my favorite mechanics of all time. So if we can play some cycling and limited in a modern format, it's just great. And for those of you who have not played in a cycling format, the last time cycling was in a set was actually right here. Jund Sojourners is from Alara Reborn. So if you did not have the pleasure to play during the Alara block, I am sorry, because that is a sweet deck. Alright, so Fireball. Okay. Is he trying to storm here? Mind's Desire or something, maybe? Yeah, there's Mind's Desire. Yep, you got it, buddy. See what you get. This is a sweet card. I am a huge Mind's Desire fan. So he hit a land, Terramorphic Expanse, and a Temporal Mastery. Sweet, so he gets to take another turn. It's pretty lucky. You know what? I'll be honest. If our opponent wins this game, it's pretty awesome. It would be awesome if our opponent won. But it looks like he has to scoop there. Couldn't dig into any more action. Yeah, we won a pretty sweet game with our pretty janky cycling deck. Could have really gone either way, you know, depending on what we draw. But you know what, guys? I think we have room for another game here. I don't think we're done. So stick around. We'll get another. Okay, guys, we're in for our second game with our, you know, celebratory Amonkhet deck. Okay, we got a pretty sweet one. So we can, with Fabricate, we can get Fluctuator. We have a Pernicious Deed to kind of protect our selves. Ooh, from an Azuri. So Pernicious Deed should be pretty good. And Pandemonium, of course. I don't know how good Pandemonium is. Maybe it's a card that we don't actually need in the deck. Sweet, Faithless Looting. We'll just start off with that. Vamp Tutor and Lightning Rift. I like both of those cards. So let's discard the Pandemonium. Excuse me for that. Woo! Discard Pandemonium and probably Marsh Flats. No. Yeah, let's discard the Marsh Flats. I mean, Marsh Flats could get us blue mana for Fabricate, but so can Migratory Root. Survival of the Fittest. Sweet. There's a Verdant. Let's just drop this Lightning Rift. Next turn, we can actually play Migratory Root and Bolt, or Shock, I should say, with the Lightning Rift. Is Azuri. So Lightning Rift is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever a player, that's anybody, whenever a player cycles a card, you may pay 1. If you do, Lightning Rift deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Sword of Body and Mind. Okay, this Pernicious Deed is going to be real good once we want to activate it. For now, let's play Catacombs. Let's sack it, get a Tropical Island. I think. Yeah, probably Trop here. Our land base definitely could be better. If you guys are shouting that at your screen right now. Let's Fabricate. And let's get a Fluctuator. Now, obviously, next turn we can play. I'm not going to drop Mana Crypt yet with the Fluctuator. Yes, I could Migratory Root, but I really want to save that for Lightning Rift. So, alright, we're going to close chat here. So you get that full gameplay experience. Now, Zuri cannot regenerate himself, which is pretty relevant. Alright, so he discard a Jagged Scar Archers. Power totals each equal to number elves you control. I mean, survival will be good here when, you know, we are playing against... I mean, he's playing against a deck that wants to bring out creatures out of the graveyard. Alright, so with that being in play, that makes me want a deed. I'm surprised he didn't save that. Well, that's probably better, actually. So we'll probably take a hit from Sword of Body and Mind, which I actually wouldn't mind. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so that's the new game plan, I think. Let's drop a deed here. Yes, indeed, as they say. Now, he can regenerate his Reclamation Sage. Maybe we actually just want... See, if I had drawn a Cycler, I would want to drop this Fluctuator. But because I didn't... yeah... Maybe I could loot. This is tough. This will force his hand a little bit. And I'm not really threatened with much damage, so I think we could just drop Deed. He has 3 cards in hand. Now, he could fetch up another way, possibly to destroy the Deed. And that's fine. That's just going to spend his turn doing that. But Deed can answer the Wolf token from Sword of Body Mind, the Sword itself, and Survival of the Fittest. Equip. Yes, I am 100% okay with this attack. We want our graveyard. Now, Sword of Body and Mind, just in case you don't know, it's an equipment +2/+2 protection from green and blue. And when an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you create a 2/2 wolf token, and that player puts the top 10 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So he's going to put 10 cards into our graveyard, but as you guys know, that's exactly what I want to be doing with this deck. Sweet. So, okay, we hit a Perforos, Omnath. There's Twilight's Call. So, yeah, we hit some juicy stuff in there. Okay. And we hit a Cycler. I think we'll pop this Deed now. And I think we'll go Mana Crypt. We will cycle. Oh, I should have played Fluctuator, right? This is fine, though. We'll just save our big turn for next turn. I want to swamp anyway for Living Death. And this will let us Vamp Tutor. So next turn we should be able to drop Fluctuator and just start going crazy. Yep, there's an elf. We could just Living Death. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Living Death with an Omnath and drop a land, maybe. I'm not going to use this Vamp Tutor yet. I don't think I need to. Always yield, and you know, Tails never fails. We're going for it again, guys. And we lost the flip. Okay, Tails fails all the time. That's the only thing it does. Okay, so yeah, let's just drop the Living Death here. I guess we should have played that land, should we? Yeah, that's fine. So we'll kill his Archdruid. He gets back a Reclamation Sage and a Jagged Scar Archers. If he wants to blow up our Mana Crypt, that's fine. We'll get to destroy. So he'll blow up our Perforos. And we will... Excuse me, not our Perforos, our Mana Crypt. And Perforos is going to go a heaping lot of damage right here. A heap ton of damage. Yeah, my bad, guys. kind of silly deck. I don't know the ins and outs. I should not have played that land, but we will be able to vamp tutor. On our opponent's turn. I wonder what we want. This deck is sweet. This is just absolutely one of the sweetest decks I've ever seen. Okay, Imperi's perfect. Probably not perfect right now, though, unfortunately. When you're looking down, a Jungle Weaver, Omnath, Monstrous Carabid, and an Elvish Aberration, and he scoops. Wow, what a what a sweet game. Yeah, I think we kind of did what we wanted to there. He hit us with a Sword of Body Mind, and we just got value. I misplayed a lot there, but you know what? It's Magic. There's a lot that you could do wrong. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. And, I don't know, what do you guys think? Another game? You think we could do another? Okay, let's do it. Let's do another. I'll see you guys there. Alright, here we go. We are playing our third game with our Horde of Notions cycling deck. And we've got an okay hand. I mean, we got lands, which is fine, and we are playing against Silvana, Heart of the Wilds. This will be interesting. I've seen some people play Silvana, Heart of the Wilds. Let me kind of walk you through what she does. She is a 3-mana 2/3. When another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. And then you can pay 1 green, tap her, and get X mana of any combination where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So obviously she just wants to play a lot of creatures. I'm just going to go ahead and fetch now. And we will get a breeding pool and put it into play tap. So yeah, obviously you just want to play creatures with big power, and you really don't care. Like Fire Ixion Dreadnought, you can respond to his trigger by tapping for 12 mana. So she just ends up being a very, very powerful card. I think I will play Arid Mesa, fetch up a Plains, and we'll just pass. I'm really doing a ton here. I'll cycle the Viscera Dragger. Okay, Trailblazer Boots. That's good. Soul Ring. Alright. Well, we hit a Aura Shards, which is good. I think I'll save the Aura Shards. I don't want him to blow it up with something random like a Rex Sage. I will play the Soul Ring, though. Okay, so yeah, this deck has been pretty fun so far. If you guys have been enjoyed the other 2 games, been a lot of fun. Getting a lot of cool interactions here. Okay, here comes Silvana. Wish we could do something about her right now, but fortunately we can't. Let's just grab a mountain. I don't need the blood crit with Urborg in play. Valley Ranit. Yeah, let's cycle, 4 cycle. Let's get another trop or a Trop Island. We'll cycle this guy too. I don't think we need to cycle him quite yet. Hand's not really doing too much at the moment. These fetches are going to hurt us. It just feels so different playing in a 30 life commander format than 40. You know, I think about the life differences a lot more when playing one-on-one. Okay, Nis is chosen. That's interesting. So we're playing against elves, huh? I hear you. No, we do not want to use that ability. Ooh, that was a good draw. It was a very good draw. Okay, I think I might be overrating these land cyclers. Or I may just be running too many lands. I even cut some between videos. So I'm down to 37 lands and 5 of them cycle. But I feel like we're still drawing a little too many. Yeah, I think I want, right now though, to just get down this Shriek Maw. I would evoke him, but we want him in play actually. I'll draw a card thanks to Silvala's ability. Destroy Silvala. And we'll play a Temple Garden. And we'll just pass. He can boot up his Nissa's Champion if he wants. Okay, so we're playing like, ooh, Ambush Commander. Interesting. Alright, well, if I draw Decree of Pain, that would be pretty good. I think, so we have 7, 8. I mean, I'm just gonna play our commander. I think that's a little better than casting like Noble Templar. This is just going to make it harder for him to attack. And I mean, he's playing a green elf deck. What is he going to do against our 5/5? You know, vigilance. And next turn we can play an Aura Shards and drop one of these guys. Probably get rid of this Elvish Guidance, which is giving him a lot of mana. Predator Flagship. Wow, that's actually not too bad. Well, we have a new target here for Aura Shards. 6 mana. His deck is really cool. You know, I really enjoy playing against decks that use some wackier cards. You know, Ambush Commander, for instance, Elvish Guidance. Predator Flagship was a sweet card back in the day. So, Rushwood Elemental. Yeah, we're going to have to use the Aura Shards to blow up the Predator Flagship. Interesting. So maybe he's playing like Devotion. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a lot of Devotion type effects in the deck, if he's caring about that. But I guess, you know, his power, Rushwood, just gets bigger every turn, so... Okay, yeah, let's play the Marsh Flats. Let's crack it to get a... Let's just hit a Plains. Let's play ourselves an Aura Shards and a Noble Templar. What a wacky game of Commander we're playing right now. Alright, trigger from Aura Shards, blow up Predator Flagship. Unfortunately, I would have liked to use the ability on Aura Shards to get rid of that Elvish Guidance, but this will work. So I'm going to attack with Horde. Yeah, he didn't block. Our Noble Templar can block the Rushwood this turn. And we get some Cyclers if we need them next turn. Wish I could draw an Astral Slide or something. That would be real sweet. Astral Slide to blink that Shriek Maw. Alright, so our opponent gets out another elf. Alright, so first we are going to... Well, he's definitely getting a lot of stuff out. Let's cycle the Ridge Ran. Yeah, a lot of land cyclers. So I think we can just safely play this Flooded Strand. I'll crack it. I want to draw less lands. Get a Sunken Hollow, it's fine. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Shoreline Ranger. Let's cast, let's blow up the Elvish Guidance. Yes, we would like to use that. And let's unearth this Viscera Dragger. And let's blow up the boots. Yes, we would like to use that. And let's swing in with our Shriek Maw. So our opponent has one card in hand. They're top decking now. And they played a Forest. Wow, wouldn't Decree of Pain just be the sweetest top deck? I guess Living Death would be too. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should blot that. I mean, I'd trade my Horde of Notions or one of these creatures. I think that'd be worth it. Yeah, if he sweeps with that, I'm gonna double block here. I mean, if he wants to kill Horde of Notions and Noble Templar, that's fine. I'm a lot more scared of him drawing like an Alpha Strike, some sort of overrun type effect, and just getting us. Okay. Glass Dust Hulk. That's a decent one. Let's cycle, see what we can get. And we get a land, unfortunately. Probably should have cycled these other guys first. So we'll go ahead and swing into here. He has no reach creatures, so this is a safe attack. Well, we got him dead on board next turn. Just play our Horde next turn. We will have a good blocker here. And unfortunately, nothing to blow up. We'll just target our Soul Ring, and we will choose no. So we could very well still lose this game. He could top deck into some card draw or an overrun effect. He could deal with these creatures somehow. You know, fortunately with Horde of Notions we can recur this Shriek Maw. Wirewood Channeler. Okay, so that gives him a lot of mana. His deck can produce a lot of mana. I wouldn't be surprised if he's running Genesis Wave. Think how good Genesis Wave would be right now. I mean, everything we have seen in his deck is a non-land permanent. He also could be running Primal Surge. That would be good. Okay, so we are, sorry I lied out there a little bit. We're playing against an ambush commander. He's using his ability to sacrifice an elf to give a creature +3/+3. So... I don't really know what's happening right now. This guy doesn't have trample, right? Like, why isn't he giving this to his Rushwood Elemental? So he's hacking with everything. Okay. He doesn't have any cards in hand. So there's basically, I can take 18, 20, 21 and still win. Yeah, right? I mean, just attack with everything here. Alright. GG, man. Played against a little elf deck. Looks like he might have gotten stuck with no card draw. I know elf decks can usually use a lot of card draw and take an advantage that way, but he just didn't have it that game. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed those games. If I were to change anything about the deck, in fact, let's take a look at it. If I were to change anything about the deck, I would probably reduce the number of lands. And like, we're at 37 now. I'd probably go down to 35, maybe even 34, because if I can just hit 2 lands, I have a bunch of land cyclers that, you know, it essentially just makes it to where we're constantly drawing lands. So I really do not want to draw lands on my draw step or withdraw spells. But yeah, I would change that probably, or maybe add in some just regular card draw. But the deck was really sweet. A lot of fun to play. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. You know, check out my other videos. I have a fast mana series where I just play a game, maybe sometimes more if we have short games of Commander with a deck just like this. Yeah, like, subscribe, and guys, be good to each other. Have a